Alright, hello guys. This is part 2 of our C# botnet tutorial. Let's just jump right into it. So I think last one we left off is we are receiving the command from our host server, and now what are we going to do with that command? We have our send function here, but first thing we should do is set up something called an enum. Now what this enum is going to be about is our state of our bot. So what is it doing right now? And I'm gonna copy and paste this, and boom, public enum state. These are just extra, but what really matters is client send, client pause, and client stop. So this is going to control what our botnet's doing if we're sending, if we're at paused, or we just completely stopped sending. So we got that done, and throughout the operation of this botnet, there are going to be crashes. That is inevitable. What we want to do is make it so that we can recover from these crashes and our program never exits unless we want it to. So we're going to make a static void restart method. And what this is going to do is we are going to clear our sockets. Well, not our sockets, we're going to make all of the server stuff null so we don't get an error, and simply we're just gonna get our host server and we're gonna make it null. We're gonna delete all the info attached to it essentially. Then we are just gonna make it into a new TCP client, and we're just gonna call our connect method, and in our try and catch statements, some of them will will reference restart, and some of them will reference other things when we come to that. So we have our client state done and our restart method. Now we need to get our actual function that will spam packets to the intended target. So what we're going to do is we're actually, just to make stuff clean, we're going to make it into a new C# file. And let's just name that. We'll name it send.cs. And what we want to do is make it an actually, instead of just a void function, I'm going to copy this because it's pretty long, but it's going to be a Boolean function. We're going to take in IP. Okay, we need to import that using system.net send data. Right now we'll just put return true. But yeah, we're gonna put it in try catch statements. If we catch any errors, we're just gonna return false. How about that? And we'll return true right here. Let's just catch random exception E. Bulk of what we're doing is going to be in the try little area right here, and we're gonna make a byte array. Let's just call that text byte, and we're gonna equal that to encoding .ascii .get bytes, and it's just gonna be some random string that you send, that we're gonna be sending to the target. And we're gonna create a new socket from system.net. Okay, I don't know why that's there. Sorry about that. Actually, no, I think we do have to include that, but I'm not gonna type it all out. Shit. Internetwork. And this is just specifying, I think, the stuff we're gonna be sending is on the internet. I really don't know. got this off of Stack Overflow, but I know this is creating a new socket. And what kind? It's going to be a UDP socket because we're spamming. We don't want to have any handshakes. We're going to have to import systemnet sockets, and then we're going to send encapsulate that with parentheses. We're going to send the byte, and it's going to be byte around, so we're making a new byte array. And this is the size of that byte array. And now we need to include our the destination of our packet, UDP packet. And it's going to be our IP address and the specified port that we want to send the packet to. And while that's happening, we're going to return true. Just to throttle down your speed, because this is going to run very fast, what I would do is import system dot threading, and I would actually just do a thread dot sleep. So you're going to be running this function in a while loop. It'll run every 1 millisecond pretty much. Now we have our actual spam function or send function done. What we're going to do is make our send function, and it's just going to put while. Let me check this. Actually, well, okay. Our send function is also going to take in parameters because we have to pass it into right here in this function. As you can see, we have Boolean DNS amplification. Right now you don't need that because we're not even going to get to that. I haven't even implemented DNS amplification yet. But anyways, we are going to call first namespace client tutorial.send data. Encapsulate that, parentheses and put brackets. And we're going to send the IP, the port, and the data amount. And we also need a random text. Just say hello. That should not give any errors. While we're doing that, so while we are sending, we are going to put this in a try-catch statement. Okay, what the hell? Okay, sorry about that. I got slightly confused, but right now we're gonna put this in try, because if there's an error, obviously don't want our program crashing. This whole thing's gonna be in try catch. We're gonna catch an exception of E, and if anything happens, let's just call our restart method for now. Yeah, if you, just for sake of knowing what's going on, we can write a console.write line something wrong. We'll just put e.toString. This is where our client state comes handy. Let's make a static variable of client state. Wait. Static state called client state. By default, we want that to be equal to state.client send, because that's the first thing, it's pretty much the first command this thing's going to receive when it goes online and gets a connection established to our host. So if our state, no, if our client state is equal to state dot, what the hell, client send, Then let's just print console.writeLine sending packets. Let's actually get an int so we can keep track of how many iterations we have done. Let's just put iteration and we'll do +i. Else if client state equals state.client pause, we'll have another statement over there, and one last statement for if our client has received a stop command and we're in a stop state. So if we receive a command, we're going to have a listener function that will be constantly updating our client states. And if we receive any of these commands and our client state variable changes to either of these two values, we want to break out, because we do not want to be sending packets. And in the next video, which will probably be uploading pretty soon, we will be making the asynchronous function that will take care of updating our client states and the logic behind that. Thank you.